What's going on, guys? Josh Perry from the investment team at RE/MAX Niagara, an affiliate of Orangeless Property Management. We just wanted to let you guys know that we are putting together a little video series for you, the tenants of Orangeless, just so that you can get a little bit more information on the process of how to become a homeowner. I know that's something that a lot of you might think isn't possible for you, but it's a lot closer than you think. So we just want to give you all the information possible. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out to myself or anyone on the team, and we'd be happy to answer those for you. Enjoy. I'm here today with Johnson Andrews from Vine Group. We're just going to talk a little bit today about pre-approvals and what they mean to you. So what is a pre-approval and why does someone need to get one?
So a pre-approval is effectively figuring out the exact number that you can go and qualify for with your mortgage. This is important because then it allows you as a realtor to start showing people feasible properties that fit the exact amounts that they qualify for. When it comes to a pre-approval, the biggest thing that we're doing differently is we want to collect all of the relevant information to your mortgage application so that we can figure out down to the dollar what the mortgage amount will be, the interest rates available to you, and then what lenders fit to your needs moving forward as well.
Okay, and so what kind of stuff do people need when they come to you to talk about getting a pre-approval?
So in terms of the way the process would work, we would always want to get on an introductory call to figure out what your goals are and learn more about you and what you're looking to do moving forward. This is obviously important because once we collect that documentation that you referenced, we want to be able to align our overview and recommendation with those goals. When it comes to the documents that we will need, this is the part of the process that I want to be fully transparent with everyone. It sucks. It's like homework. No one likes homework, but at the end of the day, it's going to allow me to do a better job for you when it comes to figuring out what's going to be the best option. Now, when it comes to those documents, people that own properties technically need to provide more documents to support those properties that they already own. But when we're talking to first-time home buyers, a salaried employed individual, it's very straightforward. We're going to need to see a letter of employment. We're going to need to see a pay stub to support that income. And then typically your last 2 years history of your T4s to confirm those earnings.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing that we always want to make sure that we have as well is your history of your down payment. That's for anti-money laundering verification.
Right.
The way to think about it is this is not a bank by bank thing. This is a Government of Canada requirement where we need to almost prove you aren't a money launderer. So when looking at that, we'll need to see a 90-day history of the funds that you plan on using for your down payment. And then the reason that this is also a good thing to get it all up front is because then once we complete that review and you guys start to go out shopping with Josh, you already have provided all of us in a stress-free environment with the documents that are needed. And then when we find that property, it's insert property address here, the approval's already ready to go. So there's no wind taken out of your sails to go and get us additional documents that might harm the application.
And what about if someone is a small business owner, or because I know a lot of people during the pandemic kind of switched roles and they started their own companies, stuff like that. So what about someone like that where they might not have a pay stub or something like that?
So if you're self-employed, you need to provide your last 2-year history of your tax returns, showing your gross and net earnings that you've taken and written off. Right?
Oh, okay.
Now, on the other side of it, if you are incorporated, we would be needing to look at your articles of incorporation to show when the corporation was formed, as well as any corporate financials, depending on the time of you being incorporated, and then any associated T4s, which is payments that you've paid as a salary to yourself from the corporation, or a T5, it's called, which is then if you've taken dividend income from the corporation. The final things that you always, final thing you always need to see when you're self-employed is just 6 months history of bank statements, just to show continuity of income for the business, that obviously that you're continuously earning money. And the other side of it then too is we can look at it and say, okay, these are down months, these are strong months when we go and present it to the bank to make the strongest business case.
Awesome. Okay, so as always, if you guys have any extra questions about what we just talked about today, feel free to give us a shout. Again, my name is Josh Perry. I work for the investment team at RE/MAX Niagara, and this is Johnson Andrews from Vine Group.